Your desires are not thoughts you come up with and try to put out into the world. They are thought forms that arise within your individualized consciousness and move, on their own, to express through it. The entire process is automatic and effortless if you allow it to happen naturally. The mistake we make is thinking our desires are of the ego, and therefore action must be taken even mentally to manifest them. Can you identify where a desire comes from? Look and see. You can't, because there is no perceivable source. They do not belong to the person. So why are you taking responsibility for them? If you were to just allow your desires to arise and move through you on their own, they would manifest on their own. They are only blocked when you try to control them, either by trying to figure out how they will materialize or superimposing a feeling of "I couldn't do that." If you really look, you will find that all qualities of your life were originally just a thought, and 99% of these thoughts you didn't have to do anything with. Besides allow them to be, they materialize so naturally that you likely didn't even notice. Just observe your mind throughout the day without trying to control it, and you'll see this process of moving through in action. It is only when you get in the way of the expression of your desires that desires do not manifest. Then you have to worry about the state, the feeling, the sustaining, etc. You need not fret about whether you're doing it right, in the state, and so on. When a desire comes into conscious awareness, allow it to bubble up and do its thing. If your mind jumps in the way, telling you all these stories of how it can't or might not happen, this is what you must attend to. Let those feelings go. Keep letting go of the stories of "I can't." Just by noticing the feeling and allowing it to leave, and your desires will take care of themselves. It will feel like things are just falling into your lap. That is all that is required. Lately, I've been paying attention to my current reality to see how easily and effortlessly I manifest it. When we first read Neville, we tend to think that we have to do this whole process perfectly to become great at manifesting. But the truth is, we already are. Manifesting is something we've been doing since we were born. So by simply observing my thoughts or feelings or emotions or reactions or states for a few days, I've been able to manifest things that seemed far-fetched in just a few days. For example, last week I wanted to go to a restaurant with my grandmother. I had a simple thought that we would go, assumed it, and it manifested effortlessly. Did I make sure I felt and focused on the thought? No. Did I make sure I felt a certain emotion, like excitement or happiness? No. Did I visualize it over and over again? No. I quickly thought about it, assumed it, and let it unfold in my 3D world. It's the same process for anything else. Now, what I also didn't do about this, I didn't ask myself things like, is it really going to happen? Is my grandmother really going to come? Is it really going to happen this weekend? Did I feel the right emotion? Did I focus on the thought long enough? Etc. Do you see the difference? We tend to overthink our bigger desires with those thoughts, and the reason we may not manifest what we want effortlessly isn't that it's bigger, it's because we block it with those thoughts. We keep going back and forth between the two states. When I assumed I was going to that restaurant, I was constantly in the state of the wish fulfilled. I didn't imagine different scenarios. I didn't imagine what could stop my desire from happening, and I didn't try to force my 3D world to change. I just assumed it. That's why fleeting thoughts manifest quickly. We don't overthink, we don't analyze, and we don't doubt them. Most of the time, people are afraid that they are not doing it right and that it will not work, and they begin to overthink the whole process. Take a look at your 3D world and realize how easily and effortlessly you manifested it. Realize how simple the process was. Now simply do the same for your desires. Assume they're yours and don't entertain your doubts, negative thoughts. You already know how to do this. You are doing it 24/7. It's okay if you don't believe your new thoughts, and it's okay if you feel like you're lying to yourself. Just keep persisting in the state of the wish fulfilled. Keep replacing your doubts, and soon enough they'll stop showing up. My biggest tip is to just apply this without questioning yourself or the process. Try this for a few weeks, replace your doubts, and don't worry about anything else, and see what happens.